Hi everybody, Joe from SHUTTERSPEAK Photography. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the new Luminar 4.2 software. There are some new features in the 4.2 version, a few things have changed, and we're going to take a look at that, test out some of the new features. I'm going to show you some of the things that I really love about it and how they work, and so let's get right into it. Okay, so some of the features that I really love about Luminar 4, probably my favorite feature is the AI Sky Replacement. Now the AI Sky Replacement makes it an almost one-click job to change out a sky in an image. Now here is an image of the Fire Island lighthouse, an image that I always particularly liked, except for the fact that it's just a flat sky. It was just perfectly clear that morning, not a cloud in the sky, and it's boring behind that lighthouse. It really is, and some clouds would really make this a much more interesting picture. So let's go over to AI Sky Replacement here in Luminar. That's on the Creative tab, and literally all I have to do is just pick sky. Now, because of the warm tones in this image, I could even get away, even though this was shot in the morning, I could probably get away with a sunset. So let's go with dramatic sunset 1, and just like that, we have a sunset. Now, it's not perfect. You can see there are some mistakes right over here, but for the most part, it's almost perfect. And the fixing, all we have to do is just go in, edit the mask. We're going to choose erase right here. Use a nice small brush, and I'm going to take my tablet and I'm just going to paint in there and get rid of all of that. Go over it again one more time, and I might just touch up this area right there, and again, almost perfect. A little mistake there. Color that right back in, and just like that, we have almost perfect sky replacement. We could use a little work up here too, quite honestly, and that's easy enough. We could paint that in right over there. But you get the point. A couple of clicks and we have a almost perfect sky replacement. We have a bunch of options here. We can change the blending with your existing photo, although it's done a fairly decent job here. But let's just see how that would affect it. Actually, that helps a little bit down there. The horizontal position, that might help a little bit. So we bring that up or down to the horizon line. Let's see. Oh, a little too far. Back, back, back. Yeah. Maybe right about there. That looks pretty good. And we're done. Simple as that. Now I'm going to show you a practical use. This is an airplane that I had photographed for a company that sells airplanes. They call me from time to time, and I go out and I take pictures of the airplanes. This was done in February in New York. It's overcast. It was overcast the whole week before. It was overcast the entire next week. And quite honestly, they really can't wait for clear skies. So the shoot had to be done. It's fantastic weather for taking pictures. No shadows, no hot spots. Perfect overcast weather, but the sky is just gloomy. Now, to replace the sky in 25 of these pictures took almost no time at all. I brought them into Luminar, and let's just pick a sky. Now, the only thing that I'd really wish is that when we moused over these skies, We saw how they affect the image, but unfortunately you do have to click on them one at a time. And one click, almost flawless. I mean, you can see right over here, there's a little bit of problem that we can brush right out, but not much. Blue sky too, I mean, that's real nice. Look at that, and that's even better. So let's just fix this one up again. Edit the mask brush. We're going to erase, like a small brush. I'm going to use my Wacom tablet to just color that right back in. And just like that, it's basically done. I mean, you can even see through the cockpit window. It replaced the sky. The horizon's perfect all the way across. 2-minute fix. It made replacing the sky on these photos simple. Worth the purchase price just for that, which, by the way, is very reasonable. One of the new things that we have in this version also is the ability to take headshots, and we have AI skin enhancer. So let's take a look at this portrait real quick, and let's check off this for skin defect removal. Why not? And we'll move the slider over a little bit, bring it up to about 50%. And I mean, I'd almost say at this point it's done. You see how good the AI does at keeping the pores in the skin. It's quick before and after. It's done a real nice job there. It's not overdone, and that's the great thing about this. We have some other features. Shine removal. Yeah, it's okay. Not really necessary in this shot. And then we have the portrait enhancer, so we can relight the face, red eye removal, which we don't need here. Eye whitening, sure, why not? Let's throw a little of that in there. Eye enhancer. Not sure. Let's see. Okay, so the eye enhancer does, we can see the unenhanced eye here, the enhanced eye there. It does a fairly nice job, and that's only at 35%. Dark circle remover, let's throw that a little bit of that in there. And again, let's see how that affects. So this is the side where the enhancements aren't in effect. This is the side where it is, and you can see it does a nice job. Some face, I'm not going to do it, but just to show you what it does. Enlarge the eyes. Again, we're not going to do that, but that's what it does. Improve the eyebrows, sure, why not? Lip saturation, lip redness. We don't have any teeth to whiten in this image, but we can darken the lips. And you see how the software did this without us having to select any part of the face. It, through the AI, knew where the eyes were. It knows where the lips are. It knows where the eyebrows are. There's almost no work on our part. Some of the other things we can do, it's already a high key image, so trying to make a high key image is kind of silly, but you could see what it would do there. And again, not for this image. And we have the Orton effect as well. And really not very effective in this particular image, but those are some of the options. So pretty nice to have that in there. Does a good job. It's quick. I'd like to see the ability to do dodge and burns, which Luminar, it really does lack. There is a dodge and burn feature, but it really only dodges and never really burns. So that's kind of my issue with it. But overall, this works nicely. Next one, let's take a look at the eraser. So here's a landscape photo. We have a couple of distractions I'd like to get rid of. Here's one right there on the beach. So let's click over here on canvas, and we're going to click erase. And again, let's just size that, and just a quick draw with the tablet, and click on done, and the AI goes to work. and the object is gone. Now let's try something a little more complicated. Let's get rid of these cables. So again, okay, the image is ready. Let's get that a little bit bigger, and we're going to carefully erase this. Maybe we could have made the brush a little wider. Let's just see how it does. And that's pretty good. Pretty good. You see there's a little bit of residual left over, but that's my fault. I didn't make the brush wide enough. And now let's go wider for this one. And let's get this cable out of there. And let's let the AI go to work. And it did a real nice job there. Now, could we have done this in Photoshop? Sure. But it's here, it's included, and it does a real nice job. Let's see how it does on the plant. Now, I've done this before with the plant, but let's just see how it does it here in the video. So, I need a nice wide brush. Now, you see there's a bunch of different textures we're going through here. So, let's let the AI go to work. And pretty good. I got to tell you, that's pretty good. I'd be real happy with that. Now, one of the other new features down here in the Creative tab is AI Augmented Sky. So, what the Augmented Sky does is it gives you the ability to place objects into a sky. And it comes with a variety of objects. Not really sure why giraffe is one of them, but it is. But most of them make sense. Let's throw some birds in the sky, for example. Just hit the AI button, and right off the bat, I mean, it did a nice job. They're a little too dark over here for my taste, and I can bring them down a little bit with this slider. Make them look a little further away, maybe a little bit more realistic. But you see how the closer birds are a little bit darker. The AI made the further birds away lighter, which they should be. There's some birds here in the clouds. Maybe they're a little too big, but you can see how they're partially blocked out by the clouds because the clouds are legitimately in the sky, and it knows that, and the AI places the birds behind the clouds. Not bad. Let's try something else. Let's try, how about an eagle? I know, not likely that an eagle would really be there. The eagle's probably hiding behind the, yep, he's hiding behind a cloud there. So, there we go. Move him around to wherever we want him. We don't like him. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to pick balloon. Let's throw a balloon out there. There it is. Again, it's behind the clouds. You see how it placed it behind the clouds. We could kind of mix it right in with the clouds just like that to make it look super realistic. And place it right in there, and look at that. I mean, we really had to do almost nothing, and it's placed that in there. And we could brighten it up a little bit, give it a little more color contrast. We could relight it a little bit. The sun's behind it, so we could kind of desaturate it a little bit, and just like that, we have a hot air balloon in our sky. We've given it a little interest, and it's placed behind the clouds. That's pretty amazing. Let's take a look at another sky replacement. Here's a lighthouse. It's going to give this one a nighttime sky because it was kind of dark. You see the Christmas lights are on this lighthouse. So let's give it a nighttime look. So let's try Starry Night 2. Let's see how that looks. Not bad. Not bad. Starry Night 1. Real nice. Again, almost perfect. A little bit of a problem there. We'd have to go in and fix that, but overall, almost perfect. Kind of works with this image because the lights are on in the lighthouse. We just basically took a daytime photograph and turned it into a nighttime photograph with almost no effort at all. A bunch of other things that I really like about Luminar color lookup tables. Now, here's one of the things that I do like in the color lookup table, which I wish we could do with the skies, is we can go through them, and as we go through them, we see how these lookup tables are going to affect the image in real time. I wish we could do this with the sky. I'd love to be able to just go through the skies here one at a time and see how they would look in the image. Unfortunately, that's not possible right now. Let's take this and give it a blue sky. I want to show you how we can use AI Augmented Sky to, the sun rays, to place a sun in here to give us a little more interest. I just placed the sun center. That's all I had to do. That's where the sun is going to be. I placed a spot and then turn it on and place it to wherever I want. And just like that, we have the sun in our image. Choose the length of the rays to make it look more realistic. And as we change the overall look, you see how it relights the photograph based on where we're actually placing the sun. Let's move this a little bit up to there. And just like that, we've changed the sky. We've added a sun. Maybe the rays are a little bit over the top. We could take that down a little bit, but overall, pretty cool. A bunch of other things we could do. We could add some drama, which changes our contrast levels. Matte look, which I'm not sure would be right for this image. A little bit of mysticism, why not? We could add a texture, but you do have to bring your own texture. A little bit of glow. And fog. Make it a foggy day. Make it a dark fog. Throw a little haze in there. I know that sun's a little bit too much. We'd probably have to bring that down a little bit. A little too much. Let's get rid of that fog. But you can see how very quickly we can take an image and almost completely reinvent it. So a great job by the Luminar staff on this 4.2 update. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or send me an email. Thanks for watching.